Okay, so now we will take a look at how we can actually store the data that's being sent through forms from our frontend into the section in our backend. And for that I'll just use our contact page for demonstration. So basically we are creating a contact form, and then we will be storing the data in our inquiries section in our backend. And this technique is also useful if you want to create a custom administration interface for your user, because sometimes, even though Symfony is very flexible with its fields and all that, sometimes you want, add some animations and some different way of selecting stuff, like on our flowers page, you want maybe this type of form for selecting your tags. Then you would usually go and create administration areas on your frontend. So let's create a new event. And as I've said already, events are basically some kind of middleware that intercepts data that is being sent to the server, then does something with it and gives it back to the Symfony to store or reject or do some kind of stuff as well. So let's create a new event, and we can say let's call this contact form, and you can see that the moment I've given a name to this event, I have some example XML that I can use and some example HTML that I can use for my form. Now we can see by the options and tags that I have obviously forgotten to change this to inquiries, so let's do this, and now we should get a new form generated for us. So just copy this and let's attach this event to a certain page, for example to our contact page, and I'll explain why we need to do this later. So let's create event. There we go. And now we can just go to our child page and paste the form in here. Like so. And if we go and refresh, we should see our form all nice and dandy. So let me just quickly add some HTML and fix all of this. There we go. So I've added some HTML to make things prettier. And as you can see, we have a nice little working form. So let's try to add an entry like so, and we can remove this, blah blah blah, message, whatever, and we can even add a file. So I'm just going to add something. Let's add this one and submit. Okay, so let's check out if we have anything in our inquiries. And I'm sorry, I forgot to put down my mic. And as you can see, now that I have filled my form, I have this entry in here. I even have my picture, and if I click on it, I get the picture that the user has uploaded. So we can do some other things with fields as well. And let me go back to events. Actually, we can do other things with events as well. As you can see, we have filters, and filters are a specific action that you want to do once an event has happened. So for example, if we have submitted this form to our Symfony, then we might want to send a notification email. So I can select this, and this should add some more HTML. So we should basically use these fields to send email to a certain user, to a recipient, as you can see. And for the name of this user, we can use here in the authors, we can use its nickname with whatever he was registered. So we are using actually the username. And let me just show you this quickly. I can just copy these fields like so. Actually, we only need these fields over here. There we go. So now I've added these hidden fields to my form, and basically I'm saying, you know, send email with the subject of this value. So we can just say message from contact form, and now we need to define which field will actually be the body of our email. So for example, if we want a phone to be in the body of our message, then we can just put phone here, and then the phone will be sent as the body of the message, and then we can also choose the user to whose email we should send this message, and we can also use comma separated values, and we can, I think we can actually even do something like raw@email.com as well, and we can probably use field, so we can use this field as well. I'm not sure about this. I usually just send emails to the administrators, so we should probably be able to send email to all of these recipients. Now I'm currently on the local host, so I cannot really demonstrate to you that this sends emails, but believe me, it does. Okay, and we also have many useful filters in the Symphony extension page. So for example, you might be getting spam on your form, and for that you would probably want to use a filter that is filtering and catching the spam, and it's called can of spam filter. So let me just show you. So this is the can of spam, and it's a filter, and you basically get another field that you need to include in your form, and this will, you know, trick the spammers and recognize if anyone is actually sending the spam, and then the form will not be submitted. So let's take a quick look at how you can debug the form, and any form for that matter. Now, when we are submitting form, user might do something wrong. He can write improper email, like this time, or miss some fields, and if you click submit, you know, everything will reset, because we haven't really done any logic that will fill back these fields. I will leave this to you. And if you take a look at our inquiries, you will see that this latest entry was not submitted. I've entered a wrong email. Now let me just show you a trick of how you can debug the form. So in the form, in the action, you just add $debug. Let's save this and refresh the form. Nope, actually let's just press enter here, and if I type something in here like so, submit the form, we will get straight to the debugger, and then we can see that we have page events of contact form, and then under events data source, which is being generated, we get the events for the contact form, and we can see that the result is error, and it's telling us the message, which we can override and translate, and it also gives us the post values, the values that were actually passed. And as you can see, we have entered a wrong, invalid email address, and this is why the form was not submitted, and this is the error we are getting. So let's get back here and let's put the proper email. Is this email? Yes, it is. Like so. And if we submit the form now, you can see that under events we actually get the handle of result success, and all the fields are still there. And you can actually go into your template and do, you know, some if cases. If, whoops, I'm still in. Okay, so if, for example, contact form is its handle is actually result is equal to success, and this is string here, so don't forget to put the quotation marks. Then we want to output success and do some logic, maybe, you know, save these fields, put it in some kind of variable, and then just put it in the value of our field to preserve the values once we post the stuff. But I will leave this to you. Have fun with that. I'm gonna do this now. So let's refresh this and try again. Blah blah blah. Submit the form, and we should hopefully get the success. Whoops, I forgot debug. So now I actually want to see the results, and let's get back here. Submit the form, and there we have it. Success. It's right behind this field, so let me move it. And there we go. You can see that our message is here. So this is how you can actually submit entries to your section from the front end. And as I said, this is very useful because you can make custom admin interfaces to, you know, customize your user's experience. So in next video we'll take a look at how to actually export the ensemble, which is sort of installation package for the application that we have just made, and how to install this on a production server.